Although exact details is very blurry at the moment, but you need to remember that this is a special operation by, I presume, some Tier 1 American Special Operations Unit. Although the details are a bit blurry, it's starting to come out that over the past 24 hours, that the US Special Forces with the Syrian Democratic Forces has conducted at least 3 raids and has detained and arrested 6 ISIS operatives, including 1 senior official. So from the US Central Command, released in the past 48 hours, US Central Command conducts 3 raids in eastern Syria for immediate release. Over the past 48 hours, US Central Command forces conducted 3 helicopter raids in eastern Syria, resulting in the detention of 6 ISIS operatives, including al-Zubadi, an ISIS State Syria province senior official involved in the planning and facilitation of ISIS attacks in Syria. Extensive planning went into these operations to ensure their successful execution. Initial assessments indicate no civilians were killed or injured. These partnered operations reaffirm CENTCOM's steadfast commitment to the region and the enduring defeat of ISIS, said General Michael Eric Kurilla, CENTCOM commander. The capture of these ISIS operatives will disrupt the terrorist organisation's ability to further plot and carry out destabilising attacks. This comes only 4 days after there was another US raid that also resulted in detaining ISIS militants. This was from US Central Command on December the 16th, Tampa. A statement from Colonel Joe Bacino, US Central Command spokesman. Since partnered operations to defeat ISIS between the US and SDF, as Syrian Democratic Forces, resumed on December the 8th, we have conducted 6 partnered operations, resulting in the detention of 5 ISIS operatives involved in planning attacks on detention facilities, holding ISIS fighters, and on the Al-Hol camp. The US remains committed to countering the global threat from ISIS in partnership with local forces. ISIS continues to pursue an aggressive operational agenda, including external attacks that threaten US allies, partners in the region and beyond. US forces remain in Syria, partnered with local forces to ensure enduring defeat of ISIS. Currently, there's an estimated 900 US troops in Syria that are supporting the Kurdish-led forces in the fight against the militant group. So Atlas News says, at 16:21 Eastern Standard, 9th December 22, reports began to emerge of a US helicopter-borne raid in al-Shadidi, Syria. Several explosions rocked the settlement, and civilians reported seeing laser designators shining on a residential building from one of the helicopters. From that raid alone, 1 to 4 people had reportedly been detained. I'll link the Atlas News article below. They talk over the information that was coming out through pro-Syrian Telegram pages, claiming that there was first US drone strikes and then these US Special Forces came in. Atlas News also says at 0502 Eastern Standard, pro-Assad sources began to claim that the US forces had targeted a Yemeni official. However, it was not until 0651 that sources began identifying the Yemeni official as a senior ISIS member. So I thought I'd just make a quick video on this because it's operations like this that you don't really see picked up that much by the mainstream because of course, the information in it. There's not that much really. But I think it's very important to know that there's operations like this being carried out by the coalition all around the world all the time for ISIS militants, things like this. And these are just the ones that we hear about that have become public. They're, the US Central Command has actually made a press release on it. But, of course, there are things like this that never get a press release. It's important to realise that there are men out there still doing these operations, although we are at relative peacetime in the West. So, yeah, I thought I'd just inform you of, I guess, this recent stuff. If I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas. And hopefully I'll check in before the New Year. So look after yourself. Cheers.